Avoiding being drugged involves practicing vigilance and precautions to protect yourself. Today, I'll be sharing 10 tips on minimizing risk of being drugged. Tip number 1: be mindful of your surroundings and the people you are with. Basically, scan the environment you're in. Be alert and aware. If you feel unsafe, leave the place. I would say trust your instincts at all times. We should actually make a norm to have code languages that we share with our loved ones, especially when we feel unsafe or when we're in danger, as well as sharing movement data. Tip number 2: go out with a friend or friends, especially in the night, and look out for each other. It's not advisable to be outside there alone in the night. Personally, I have a rule. No one is left behind. The way we left is the same way we'll come back. And if we're going to hang out and eventually everyone goes their own way, I make sure that everyone gets home safely. If you're using the same taxi in this case, I'll be actually the last person to get into the car, making sure that everyone is inside. And my friends can actually attest to this if they watched this video. So never leave your friend behind. Always be accountable to each other, and remember, your safety matters. Tip number 3: watch your drink being prepared yourself if you can. Open a bottle yourself, or let a bottle of your drink be opened in your presence. Yes, please, always. Tip number 4: do not leave your drink unattended. I know most of the people have been a victim of this. There's so many untold stories outside there. And this is one of the leading ways of people being drugged, both male and female outside there, but just having their drinks being spiked, especially in the clubs. And whatever happens after that, it's always ending to be a sad story. So in 2024, just be careful. Be very careful. Even if you think you trust that local pub that you go and you think they can't do anything to you, trust me, they can actually spike your drink. You've ever heard the phrase, familiarity breeds contempt? Yes, it can really happen. When someone get to monitor your movement and know your routine, sometimes change the places you hang out. It can really help big time. But never leave your drink unattended. Yes, guys, never leave your drink unattended. Tip number 5: do not accept drinks from strangers, especially open drinks. Someone giving you a drink that's already opened should be suspicious. The only way to be safe is just take your own drink. After all, you just want there to have fun and enjoy yourself. Have your own drink, and just that will help you just avoid being in a lot of trouble. I'm not saying don't accept drinks. I'm just saying be cautious and don't accept drinks from strangers that are already opened. Be safe. Tip number 6: do not shake a stranger's hand, especially someone that you don't know, someone you meet along the streets and they stop you to greet you. Don't shake hands or stand to give directions, because drugging doesn't just have to be through shaking hands. It can actually just when you're close. So don't stand to give directions, because that's how they get your attention. Tip number 7: do not ask strangers for directions, especially when you're new to a place. For example, in a town, there are security personnel guarding buildings, others guiding banks. Those are the best people to ask for directions. If the first one doesn't give you the direction, maybe they're new to a place, because most of the time they keep rotating people. So you ask the second one. Because if you ask a stranger, you don't know this stranger, they can really misdirect you and you find yourself in trouble. So remember that to be safe. Tip number 8. Be cautious sharing personal information with strangers, especially in a professional setup. Guys, sometimes you just have to lie or just don't say anything. If you're living along Gong Road, you can actually say, I live along Thika Road, TRM Drive, and that's it. Just don't share personal information that can put you in trouble, especially matters to do with location and the exact buildings and the exact house. Be careful. Tip number 9. Plan your movements in advance to ensure that you get home safely. You can do this by using reputable taxis. For example, in Kenya, we have so many of them. Some of them are not safe using in the night, but you have to do your own research. Use a designated taxi driver that maybe you've been using for a while, and you can plan for him or her to pick you wherever you are. Or you can use public transport and ensure that once you are late, your motorbike person, or rather the boda that you trust, is waiting for you. Just make sure that you get home safely. And if wherever you are not able to go home, just sleep wherever you are and just go home when it's now safer to leave. Don't force yourself to get into the dark, and then it becomes a different story. Love yourself, guys. Your life matters. Tip number 10. Avoid deserted places, especially if you're alone. Well, we've come to the end of the tips that I had in store. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other tips that can help avoid being dragged in 2024. It can really help someone. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and press on the notification bell so that next time I post a new video, you'll be notified. See you. Bye.